LA Infamous was one of only 3 teams who won an event in 2012, and they have most of their starting team returning for this season. Their brash style and attacking mentality has made them a very hard game for everyone in the league. The only player they lost was standout star Greg Sewers, who signed with Impact for this season. It's a big loss, as Greg was a dominant force on the Doritos side. Chicago Finals MVP Brad McCurley's knee is still a question, as is Zach Patient's surgically repaired shoulder. But they have Nicky Cuba, one of the most clutch players of the past 10 years, all-around weapon Damian Ryan, Snake specialist Drew Templeton, and the versatile Bobby Avila still ready to roll. Infamous is still one of the top 5 teams in the world, and as long as they stay healthy and hungry, they should be a force in 2013. Rebuilt and rebooted for 2013, the LA Ironmen have loaded up a new program in search of another championship for the legendary franchise. It's been 3.5 years since their last win, and they're hungry to get back to the top of the game. Mike Hinman has replaced Kevin Brethauer as head coach, bringing in his intense mentality and practice regimen. The roster is radically different than the beginning of 2012, acquiring the #1 American player Marcel Margot, who's been promoted to team captain. They lost longtime players Brandon Short and Kyle Spickett to San Diego Dynasty, but picked up a once-dominant Alex Goldman, who wants nothing other than to prove to the world he's still one of the best Snake players in paintball. Steven Pitts, who's an experienced, highly underrated gunfighter, and Corey Bornstein, who played last season with Excessive, have also been added to the mix. With all the new weapons and current members, like last year rookie standout Alex Rodriguez and vet Mike Paxton, they are one of the early favorites to win in 2012.
All right, here we go. We are back here, 2013 PSP Mid-Atlantic Open, second stop on the tour. Make sure you sign up early for Chicago, man. That event will sell out. We are about to watch the Los Angeles Ironmen take on Los Angeles Infamous. I'm Matty Marshall, alongside Rich Telford, the captain and leader of Sacramento Excessive. So here we go. We're going to throw 20 minutes on that clock and see these two powerhouse teams throw down. Now, Infamous, they are in a must-win situation. They have to win both their games today and win big to even have any shot whatsoever of staying in this tournament.
Man, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that the team from LA is going to win this one.
That's a bold claim, my friend.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet up to $6 on it. Infamous loses one early on the Drio side.
Yeah, so Brandon Mayo able to get into Snake 1, start chopping up cross field. And it was AJ Trillett shot out by Steven Pitts, who walks off early. So the Ironman field, Alex Golden, Marcelo Margot, Steven Pitts, Justin Suarez, and Alex Rodriguez. That's a great starting 5 lineup. But I think Brandon Mayo might have just taken one cross field.
Yeah,
he did.
Unfortunately, he did.
Yeah, so Brandon Mayo gets in there and immediately looks out into a ball. But it looks like he might have got a shot cross field on. No,
he filled the corner.
Yeah, that was it. Filled the corner.
Yeah,
so
right before you commented on that, I noticed the Ironman had 3 guns on the Dorito side, and they'd already killed the one over there. So at some point, they need to figure that out and switch those guns and keep, Ironman from pushing, or Infamous from pushing down that Snake.
Ooh, Alex Goldman able to get into the 50-yard line on the Snake side, starts shooting cross field, and Alex Goldman, out of everyone that's played on the Snake side, one of the more aggressive players at this event. And so it's not looking good for Los Angeles Infamous right now, as they only have Bobby Avila, who was the #1 statistical player and the leader for the Top Gun race so far this year after Dallas. And weird that Bobby Avila and Damian Ryan, Damian Ryan and Bobby Avila were the only guys getting anything done yesterday for Infamous. And who's still left on the field right now in this first point?
Same 2 guys.
Same 2 guys, and Damian Ryan gets a shot on Alex Goldman.
I had the privilege to play with Infamous in France, and man, I've always respected Damian Ryan. Obviously, I played with Bobby back when he used to play with Excessive, so I've always respected both of those guys. But man, I hold a whole new respect for them. Those 2 guys, last 2 guys you want left on the field.
Yeah,
if you're the opposing team.
Yeah, and the cool thing about Damian Ryan is I think his skill set's developing. Damian Ryan normally is a guy who's known as, he goes up the center, able to play real aggressive and try to run people down. But that situational awareness he had yesterday and some big points. And here it comes. Alex Rodriguez.
Bringing the pain train.
He's so good at that, man. He will close the distance real fast. As soon as he just blocks it out. If there's one guy left alive, and he's going to try to run him down every single time. So Justin Suarez grabbing that flag, and he's going to hang it.
And I was going to comment on Mouse getting to the 50 Snake because he's super aggressive getting to that big bunker, and then usually he kind of settles down and plays well there. And that time he kind of overplayed it. It was a 4-on-2, so I think he thought he had some freedom, looked inside and got caught. But he's one of the better guys at getting there and then really playing smart out of the bunker, not getting dinked out or shot from across the field.
Yeah, so, and you need that, man. You got to have that. All right, so Looks like we're going to be right back after these messages. Don't go anywhere. Los Angeles Ironmen up 1-0 against Infamous. They got to pick it up.
Bird.
We are back here.
Mike Paxton, one of my favorite guys, repping Ironmen.
Yeah. At OXCC, Chesapeake City, Maryland, one of the best fields here on the East Coast. If you're in the area, check it out.
Beautiful weather, beautiful field, great day for paintball.
Yeah, and man, really looking forward. Like I was saying, really looking forward to this matchup because Infamous. Normally Infamous plays best when their backs are against the wall. They had a great event.
Sure.
They had a great event in Dallas. The only reason they didn't go on to the finals was because San Diego Dynasty was able to come back from behind, 3 points from behind, which is super rare. But they were able to do it and sent Infamous home. And that Infamous just not even the same guys, but not really the same vibe at all this event. Don't know what's wrong with them as they lost this first point here against the Ironmen. So let's see on this breakout if these teams can keep 5 bodies alive. Infamous struggled with that yesterday. And
yeah, I don't feel like Infamous played bad the first point. They lost the one guy. They lost the one on the Dorito side early. Mouse made a big move getting into that 50 snake and then shooting Nikki across the field. And then Bobby and Damien were just in a tough spot, in a 4-on-2. But I don't feel like they're playing sloppy,
Oh, yeah, no, I totally agree with you. I don't think they were playing sloppy either. And so here we go. See Infamous now able to get into Snake 2. And looks like Bobby Aviles is backing him up. And then on the screen right now are the Ironmen. Still 5 alive for the Ironmen. They are also in pretty good field position. They have Dorito 1 and Snake 1.
Well, I love Paxton right there in that small temple looking snake side because I guarantee no one's coming down that tape with Paxton there. Now, he switched his gun, so that obviously will allow the Infamous to get in that 50 if they want to. But if Paxton, whichever way Paxton's looking, they're not going.
Yeah.
So he can just kind of pick which side he wants to shut down and shut it down from there.
And Rich, that's your stock and trade too. And that's the role player guys on that team. Oh, that's true.
With my newfound speed,
we did see
I find myself
down out
running down the field quite a bit, actually more than I'd like to. The Ironmen seem like, they're kind of just locking the field up. They've got 1, 2, 3 guns. That's the Snake 1, the Snake 2, and the Center Temple, all looking at the Dorito side of the field. Now, as I say that, and they make a good move from the Dorito 1 to the Dorito 2.
Yeah, I think that's Corey Bornstein over there. And Michael McCormick is playing in front of Mouse over here on the Snake side. And now getting in good field position is Brad McCurley, who just recently came back from a knee injury. And that's why coming into this event, looking at Infamous's lineup, I was thinking, okay, well, they should play better than they did at the first event because they get a 1 back. They get one of their first attackers back.
Well, they got a great roster of really good players. They've been playing together for a long time. And it's a really good vibe on that team. Like I said, playing with them over in France, a lot of teams, you lose a point, you lose 2 points, they flip out, start blaming each other. Infamous doesn't do that, man. They believe that they're in every point, that they're going to win every point. They stay positive, and I really respect them after playing with them a little bit more. I'm kind of surprised the Ironmen are slow playing this as much as they are. McCormick, no one stopped him from going from Snake 2 to Snake 3 except himself.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, you can make that move real easily, and Brad McCurley beating these guys to the punch over here from the Ironmen. But that's what happens. McCormick, not as aggressive. Who really is as aggressive as Alex Goldman? I mean, there's not a lot of guys on planet Earth that can play as aggressive as he can.
Other than us two, obviously.
Of course. And then,
Ooh,
to put him behind Mike McCormick, obviously I'm not saying it's a bad call necessarily. I mean, they're still alive, but McCormick not pushing up the field and allows Brad McCurley able to get in there into this 50-yard line. He's going to wrap around, try to get shots. He's got to be careful, though. Brad McCurley is wilding out in this 50-yard line. He does have Damian Ryan right behind him, as well as Bobby Aviles, so strong side here on the Snake side for Infamous with 3 bodies, whereas the Ironmen sent Mike Paxton up to that center, Aztec, and you can kind of see that on your screen there, dead center, past the Dorito there. And he's just been,
effectively locking down that Dorito side.
Exactly. Now he switched his gun up to the snake side and immediately back on the Dorito side. And Brad McCurley on your screen, dead center. He's looking cross field. But again, Brad's got to play, he's got to play careful in here. I'm not saying don't gunfight out of the spot because he's doing fine so far, but you really got to be careful. He's still looking at 5 bodies. That's a lot of guns still left alive.
And that's one of those bunkers that just draws paint. If you're in that 50 snake, everybody knows it. And anybody who can't shoot at somebody else, they're going to shoot at you. I'd like to see Damian Ryan get up closer to Brad to help maybe take a little of the pressure off of Brad.
Yeah.
Right now, Brad's kind of up there by himself. Wow, Callie just came back off of that Dorito and went right back in there. That was a good little bump. There he goes. He makes it in there. Nice bump. Paxton missed him, so Callie now has better field position. Wow, Brad McCurley just wrapped and shot Paxton out of that center. I kind of feel like
nice shot.
The Ironman kind of slow played this a little bit too much and allowed Infamous to get the field position. And then because of Brad playing so aggressively in there, he was able to wrap and get that G on Paxton, which doesn't usually happen.
Typically, that's not really Ironman paintball. They are,
no, I agree.
but they're playing aggressive on the Dorito side.
Yeah.
They are all the way Corey Bornstein.
Well, they are playing aggressive in the sense that they've taken real estate, but they didn't take it early. They earned those spots, what I mean?
And it's Marcelo Margot. Marcelo Margot's an aggressive guy, and he's able to get into that 40-yard line Dorito about 2 minutes ago, and he's backed up by Corey Bornstein. So Marcelo in really good field position, and Brad McCurley actually has had to spend some time trying to shoot cross field on him, but Marcelo not giving him anything.
If Brad can shoot Mouse, or if someone can drop a ball on Mouse from across the side of the field, this game is over because no one on that Dorito side can really stop for that. Here we go.
And here he goes, but Bornstein was looking right at him, but he was able to trade out with them.
Yep.
And so they're both going to come out on there. And the reason why the thing was McCormick was, and a minor penalty.
And that's not smart.
So I guess they're not going to give it to McCurley. So Damian Ryan comes off for that. And then they also lose Callie Rudolph as well. So here come the Los Angeles Ironmen. And it looked like for a while that Brad McCurley and the rest of the guys from Infamous were in the driver's seat. But, that penalty is going to hurt them. It was a minor, so if they lose the point, it's going to come off. But the Ironmen now.
And the Ironmen were just a little bit more patient, right? 5-on-5, everybody had good field positions, and nobody made a big move, but Brad made a mistake.
Yeah.
And that's what happens. You make a small mistake at this level.
But look at this. Marcelo Margot gets shot out of his bunker.
4-on-3 now or 4-on-2? 4-on-2, right? Bobby on this tape?
No, 2-on-2. It's 2-on-2. Damian Ryan came off of McCurley's penalties. Drew Templeton and Bobby Aviles left. Drew Templeton on the Dorito side of the field for Infamous. Right now, you're looking at Alex Goldman, who is in. This is gonna be another one of those long points. But check this out. Brad McCurley's getting out of the box in 15 seconds.
Yeah. Well, and Ironmen have the advantage because they're up 1 point, so they're just gonna sit back and try to draw it out as long as they can. Bobby. That's an interesting concede.
Wow, did Infamous just blow the horn?
I do not agree with that.
Well, if Infamous blew the horn, that's a terrible decision, because why would you blow the horn?
No, Ironman blew the horn.
Oh, the Ironman blew the horn?
Wow, I don't agree with that at all. I think you give him a couple seconds to shoot the guy coming out of the box.
Well, it's only,
and
there's
it's 2-on-2.
And it's 2-on-2 or 3-on-2, and you're up. So you're literally letting them, force them to tie it up.
Force them to make a mistake.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so the Ironmen conceding that point, and do not agree with that call at all. And this game is brought to you by e-paintball.com.
Good shot of the Ironman pits right there.
They've been taking care of these players since 2002, run by serious paintball players. They got awesome loyalty rewards programs from the guys answering the phone to the guys doing web design. They've all played the game for years. And anything you need, you can find at e-paintball.com. And as we're looking in the Ironman pits, we are going to be back here in just a few seconds. Don't go anywhere.
A&S Gear rocks the largest inventory of any paintball retailer. From our massive selection of guns to our endless supply of goggles, ANSgear.com can supply your every paintball need. We have a large selection of paint in stock and the best loaders on the market. Our huge inventory of jerseys and pants ensures that we have sizes for all different types of players. Don't forget, we also carry the highest quality paintball tanks. With your choice of free shipping on orders over $100 to next day, Saturday, or international shipping options, you get the products you need sooner. Shop now at ANSgear.com.
And we are back here. It's all tied up at 1 apiece. 11 minutes and 4 seconds remain here in this matchup. Los Angeles Ironmen taking on Los Angeles Infamous. Infamous is in a must-win situation. If you're just tuning in, they played terrible yesterday, with the exception of Damian Ryan and Bobby Aviles. Bobby Aviles was our top gun from Dallas. And, man, you know, the Ironmen, they conceded that last point, Rich. You think that was the right call over there?
Well, I mean, Mike Himmon's a smart dude, so I guess it was, but I wouldn't have made that call.
Yeah, so I don't know, we're about to watch this next point go down here.
It's definitely going to give Infamous some confidence. It's the Battle of LA. Stay tuned.
Yeah, fighting for LA supremacy. Let's check in with Lauren real quick with Mike Himmon on the coach from Ironmen.
Hey guys, I'm Ironmen pitch. You guys are tied 1-1 with Infamous right now. They're having a bad weekend. They're going to want to win this one. What are you going at them with? What's the play?
I mean, at this point, we're trying to give everything we got at them. Just because they're 0-2 doesn't mean they're not going to come out swinging today. It's pretty standard for teams to do that. So, I mean, we're trying to be a little more aggressive, make them make bad decisions. But at the end of the day, 0-2 is still a great team that's capable of winning and winning this tournament for that matter. So you got to come into this, I mean, like a fighter would, you know, guy on the ropes you fear more because they had nothing to lose. They would love to send us home, I'm sure.
All right, Ironman's fighting. We'll see who takes the lead.
Thank you.
Well, they're going to have to dig a little deeper here as Steven Pitts, Marcelo Margot, and Alex Goldman. Only players left alive right now is Justin Swartz. Gets shot by Damian Ryan. Alex Rodriguez got taken out by Brandon MAO. And Los Angeles Infamous at full strength.
Yeah, Alex is really good at going up the gut, but I think Bobby came out to this tall bunker in front of the snake and caught him going up the gut, so kind of canceled him out. It's a risk reward, you know. If you get up there and you shoot your guy, you're doing really good, but if they catch you going up and you don't shoot anybody, it's a wasted body.
Yeah, and it looks like over here, Brandon MAO able to get in better position on the snake side. Their top right-hand portion of your screen, and he has Damian Ryan cutting to the inside this time instead of behind him, though. Right behind him is number 13, Brad McCurley. So Brad McCurley now playing the 2 in the back spot.
The Ironmen have a good cross with Snake 1 looking inside, Dorito 1 looking inside. There's now with that Snake 50, that'll cancel that Dorito 1 looking inside out.
Yeah, Brandon MAO. So Infamous doing a better job of getting to this 50-yard line. Bunker over here on the Snake side of the field. Brad McCurley did get a minor penalty, though.
Yeah.
In that earlier point.
Yeah, Infamous has been there twice, and Ironmen have only been there once. Got to have the territory.
Yeah, and so Alex Goldman stuck in Snake 1 because here comes the aggressive push from Infamous.
Well, and going back to that last point, you know, now we've got a little less than 9 minutes left in this match. Infamous has got 5 bodies and position on the Ironmen. Ironmen are in a tough spot. If the clock, you know, if Infamous can burn maybe 6 minutes off this clock, 5 minutes off this clock, and get the win, big move.
And now the Brandon MAO making that move, and looks like was he able to get one in on him?
Hey, Alex got a hit on his left forearm, but didn't leave much pain. Oh, they saw it. Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, he's coming off. Oh, so Alex Goldman frustrated
that was a great
at that turn
move.
of events, but you know, normally Alex Goldman's the one doing the running down.
Yeah, but you don't do that when you're down 2 bodies. So that was a great move from Brandon.
Yeah, because he's the last guy left alive over here.
Yep.
So
he's on an island. He's got to stay alive. And now, you know, Infamous has already won this point. They've just got to not make any mistakes.
And here comes Damian Ryan past the 50-yard line. Infamous looking strong right now. Only 2 players left alive, Marcelo Margot and Steven Pitts on the field for Los Angeles Ironmen. And McCurley is looking like he's running the snake side over here. Gets a shot in on Pitts, and the Ironmen are forced to concede another point here. So here come Infamous. Damian Ryan's got 2 confirmed kills so far. Brandon MAO 2, Brad McCurley 2. So getting some contributions, a couple players in that point.
Yep. And the big difference on that break and then that game obviously was the breakout, right? Ironman lost 2 guys on the break. Infamous got Damian bounce going up the gut, but didn't lose him. 5-on-3, 2 good teams, and then the 5 takes the real estate. The 3's gonna have a real hard time winning that match.
Let's check out the stats for Damian Ryan. And, you know, Damian Ryan's such a solid performer, especially, you know, the thing with Damian Ryan is that his game still has not peaked yet. You know, he's really he's evolving his play. He's becoming much more versatile. Before he used to kind of was a one-trick pony, very aggressive.
Yeah.
You'd see him running up, you know, they'd be sending him up the center and do kind of certain stunts and plays, but not somebody you can necessarily count on when the chips were down. But he's really evolved out of that now.
Yeah.
Now
we saw him in the snake yesterday, playing really well.
Played well in the snake. He's playing good regardless of the situation.
Yeah.
So
he runs and shoots well. He communicates well. He's a super athletic. You know, he played college soccer, so he's super athletic, and that gives him the ability to kind of change up what he does. And I think that's a big attribute, obviously. The more versatile players you got, the more options you have.
All right, so we're going to be right back after this.
Odds that this cop has never eaten a donut. Odds of making one of those ridiculous TV dance competition shows. Odds of meeting this person. Odds of you winning this tournament. Odds of you winning a prize from Valken, especially if you head over to Facebook and enter our Paintball Access Daily Contest. Enter, win, celebrate.
I'd like to see Alex Goldman in this 50 snake early this game for the Ironmen. If the Ironmen want to win, that's what I think they need to do.
Well, they need to keep their bodies alive because, you know, poor Alex Goldman was stuck over here by himself that last point. And here comes Infamous and the Ironmen shooting at each other yet again. 7 minutes and 50 seconds to go. Scores 2-1, and no one drops off the break.
Yeah, 5-on-5. Paxton makes a move from the back center to the center, from the back center bunker into that little temple.
Brad McCurley, Kevin Rudolph, Robert Avilas, Damian Ryan, Drew Templeton taking the field for Infamous. And on the flip side, Ironman got Mike McCormick, Stephen Pitts, Alex Coleman, Marcelo Margot, and Mike Paxton getting spins.
Yeah, the problem I see right now for the Ironmen is Damian Ryan's in the same temple that Paxton's in, and he's shutting down the snake side. And because they've contained themselves in that God bunker next to the snake, it's going to be hard to get through that gap unless Damian switches off like he just did. Brad McCurley made the bump in the snake. Ironmen don't have a player in the snake. They do have the first Dorito. 5-on-5.
Yeah, 5-on-5 right now.
Clutch point. Clutch point.
Yeah, and really long points we've seen so far as this tournament has progressed.
That's weird, yeah.
And right now, in the snake for Los Angeles Infamous is Brad McCurley, who just came back off a knee injury. So good to see him back in the lineup and healthy again.
Yeah, and he powered through it. You know what I mean? Like he was in rehab nonstop. He worked out. He's in better shape now than he was before the knee injury, and you know that's awesome because a lot of guys get those injuries and they really struggle coming back because they don't put the time in. You got to put the time in when you get those injuries.
And that's why Marcelo Margot was so good last year, is that he blew his knee out for the second time, but really dedicated himself to rehab. He wanted to get back on the field and was able to do it. So same with Brad McCurley.
Yeah, and Marcelo might be a great paintball player, but I've got stronger knees than he does, obviously. So, you know, I'm putting that as a winning column for me. So Damian Ryan did look off and allow the Ironman to fill the snake, and I think that was kind of a mistake. Paxton's now switched to the Dorito side. It's very similar positions for both teams. 2 in the snake for the Ironman, 2 in the snake for Infamous. Both teams have 1 guy in the Dorito. Both guys have 2 guys kind of in the center of the field. Oh, and Mike Paxton gets shot out. That's a big loss for Pax. He doesn't usually make that mistake. He doesn't usually get caught early like that. So 5-on-4, Infamous has the advantage. And now all Infamous really needs to do is stay alive, shoot their guns, communicate, and don't let Brad McCurley get run in the snake.
Yeah, and, well, Brad McCurley in good position. The Ironmen are also in good position over here on the snake side. Yeah,
Brad was clever. He crawled to the back of the snake because Dorito 1 was putting him in. From the back of the snake, he was able to put Dorito 1 in, come right back up to this front of the snake, and now contain that Dorito 1. So not only can that guy not put Brad in anymore, he can't even play paintball.
And the pressure is definitely on the Ironmen right now as they are down a point here.
Big time.
And also not only down a point, but Mike Paxton got shot by Damian Ryan.
Get out.
Yeah, and now with only 4 bodies left alive, they have to push forward. They have no choice with less than 5 minutes to go here in this game. And you can see Infamous, Brad McCurley just zoned up crossfield, trying to get a shot on that Dorito side. You can see there's that angle all the way to Dorito 1 right there on their screen.
It's a great shot, but unfortunately, Brad can't get the Dorito 1 to gunfight with him because that guy knows, hey, if I get dinked out right now, we're in big trouble. We're playing 5-on-3, and we can't win that game. So he's got to just play smart. And not only can he not gunfight Brad, but he can't go forward because he can't see where Brad's looking. He can't see where Brad's shooting. And there's no coaching on that side, so he's kind of blind over there.
Yeah. Well, time's ticking off here. 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go. And the Ironmen looking like, they're dug in right now. I mean, you got, you have number 13, Mike McCormick, laying down, not even really looking for a move. It looks like he thinks he's going to get run down.
Exactly.
And
he's playing D-ball on the snake when he needs to be trying to get shots across the field.
He's absolutely playing defensive. I mean, look at McCormick right now.
Yeah.
McCormick
He's looking at absolutely nothing.
Yeah, so he's not searching for shots. Nope. He's literally just been posted up for about the past 45 seconds.
And that's one of the things I talk to my guys about is like, hey, don't just play one part of the snake. You know, it's a huge snake. You've got 7 or 8 different shots there, just like Brad. He got put in the front of the snake, went back, used the pin to block out the Dorito, put him in and came right back up. And Brad's actually probing and looking for kills when he probably could be playing, you know, it's a little slower and a little more methodical because they're up by a point with only 3:35 left.
Yeah, look at the eye in the sky.
Already burned
here.
off 5 minutes.
So Brad McCurley looking inside, Mike McCormick for the Ironman on the left-hand side looking outside. And
if I was the Ironman, I think I would tell McCormick, hey, just go get that snake guy out of there and then get our second snake guy, who would be Alex Goldman, up in that 50 snake. Because no one's really protecting, well, now Damien just switched. But prior to that, and Damien shoots at Alex. Wow, that's key. That could be the match.
Well, and then a tactical decision for Mike Hinman to immediately.
And I agree with that.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I don't agree with the one earlier, but I agree with that.
No,
one.
I totally agree with that because that puts him in a really bad situation. You know, Alex Goldman, Damian Ryan getting both those kills for Infamous, really stepping up, man, putting the team on his back here today and yesterday. And we're going to be right back. And Infamous is up 3-1 over the Ironmen.
Like that McCormick.
And we are back here. The score is 1-3, and the pressure severely on the Ironmen as they really need to push aggressive into Infamous. They don't have a choice with 3 minutes left. We should see some very fast moves here.
I would hope so, because I feel like, and I hate to say it, because Ironmen, obviously, you know, we both grew up there, that their mentality has always been, hey, win or lose, we're going forward.
Well, Shane Pastana got interviewed on Royalty, and after their game, and he said, you know what? Earlier on in this event, we had too many guys dying in their bunkers. If you're going to die, die going forward.
Every time.
And that's how we were raised.
Right, but that's not how the Ironmen played that last 2 points. You know, they just sat back there and kind of hoped to.
And I understand the tactical necessity of sometimes playing a more defensive style of ball. Hey, this is a sport. You know, it's not always just put a guy in and go.
Right. But when you're down a point, you can't really afford to do that.
And look at this. They sent one of the most aggressive players on the Ironman. Danny Park gets a spin. He played great at the first event. And see, Rich, we were talking off camera during that commercial break. These moves exist. If you want to play aggressive, you can get up to the. Now, what can you do from the 50-yard line?
Now, Tim and I talked about this yesterday. Getting to that 50 Dorito, that's not really an aggressive move because there's only one guy in the field that can stop you, and he's across the field. Now, getting past that is the big move, which we saw Alex Goldman make a great move earlier, and we saw Brad McCormick do the same thing.
But the thing is that look what happens on the Dorito side is the Ironmen are able to get into the 40-yard line Dorito because guns have shifted towards Park.
Yeah.
So now the Ironmen are in a good position to try to score a quick point, except they lost Alex Rodriguez.
He got shot on the break trying to go to the tower. He kind of slow played it a little bit and got caught. And he was smart not to draw the penalty because it was one of those kind of hits in your back that you can't quite see.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
Nicky Cuba right now is in a bad spot in that towel tower across the field. If anyone on the Dorito side of the field and Danny Parks gets on him at the same time, he dies. Luckily for Nick, they're not doing that right now.
Yeah, Nicky Cuba was playing out of his mind in Dallas and really kind of struggling here.
He's Nicky Cuba, bro. Of course he plays out of his mind.
Nicky's having
having
a rough tournament so far as he dies out of his bunker, so he needs to tighten it up.
But honestly, Matt, like when you get the Dorito 2 wrapping on you and you get the Snake 50,
you were saying it's a tough position. Yeah,
I played a lot of the matches today, gun in the air, just waiting for someone to either shoot them or wait to die. You know,
head checking, hoping to God he's going to get off.
Sometimes that's all you can do.
Yeah, so right now you're looking at a good shot at Danny Park here on the Snake side at that 50-yard line, but the problem is the time. They're down 2 points.
I was just going to say, they got to play with a sense of urgency. 1 minute left.
Damian Ryan gets shot out, so Nicky Cuba and Damian Ryan both getting shot out of their bunkers.
4 on 2. 4 on 2, right?
Yeah, 4-on-2 right now.
Danny needs to figure that out and go get the first guy on the snake.
Actually, I think it's there's still 3 players for Infamous. It's Callie Rudolph, Bobby Aviles, and Brandon Mayo still alive.
I apologize. Callie's so small sometimes I just don't notice him.
He can get really, he's not a big guy, and when he's playing tight in a bunker, he's even smaller. So Danny Park's up on his feet. He wants to make a move.
He's got to.
There, the guys that are left
less
on
than
the
a
field.
minute. Less than a minute. Ironmen are going to lose this game, unfortunately, because they didn't apply enough pressure early on, and they didn't capitalize when they had the G's.
So here comes Danny Park. He launches right into Callie's gun. Let's see if he's able to trade out with Brandon Mayo. I don't think he made it. No, he did trade out. Callie didn't pick him up till, even though he was shooting at him, wasn't able to get a shot on him, but with 28 seconds, man.
And Mouse was out of position. He was all the way in the snake corner, so he couldn't follow Danny up. Now they're both running down the field, but one of those guys needs to go get that flag because there's only
18, 17, not a lot of time left.
Won that point, but they didn't win this match.
So Alex Goldman sliding that flag in as quick as he possibly can, but, you know, look at it.
Had Alex been in position when Danny went through, got those 2 Gs, he could have gone across, gotten that flag, and maybe made that. But he had to fill all the way from the snake corner into the 50 snake, kind of reassess what was going on.
And you can see as Goldman's walking off, he's kind of, head to the sky, big exhales, because he knows that with just 13 seconds left, if that move had been made, maybe 45 seconds earlier, maybe we're talking a different story now. Let's check it out. Danny Park launches and able to get all the way and get that shot on the snake until he's taken out cross field. Brandon Mayo saw him come and trades out with him.
And Danny was smart. He got shot. He stopped shooting his gun. He didn't draw the penalty. That was good. It was a good move. He could have made the move a little earlier, I think, and possibly made the move outside, which gets him a little farther away from that Dorito shot.
Yeah, it's just tough, though, because, if you're Danny Park and you get out there and you get a spin, right? Okay, you're getting a rep. And he played great, though, and he did make the move that needed to be made. And you are right that that move should have been made a little earlier.
Maybe 30 seconds.
Yeah, but he was looking for it until, but you know what happened to happen? Is he finally just went. Even though Callie was still on him, he just had to go because he didn't have the time.
You have no choice.
So you're right. If he had done that a little earlier, it would have been the same situation.
Same results, but they'd have 30 more seconds on the clock, and with 45 seconds, they'd have a chance to win this match or tie it up.
So it's a close game here, 3-2, but with 13 seconds, have we seen 13-second points? Yes. But the Ironmen are now going to be crazy. They have to push forward with all 5 guys. They don't even have time to do a stunt.
Infamous.
It's just going to have to be a full-on push, full court press here.
Yeah. And Infamous is just going to go outside, shoot inside. Ironmen are going 4 guys up the gut. Bloody knuckles all the way. But if they don't, even if they get their 2 outside Gs, it's just tough. If one guy makes it outside alive, they're not going to hang that flag, unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly. So
it was a good back and forth match, at least,
Well, and Infamous needed this. Infamous needed to come in, make a statement. Hey, I know we got rolled up yesterday pretty hard, but we're going to come play some paintball today. As Bobby Aviles gets shot off the break, here come the Ironmen. Let's see, all the way to the 50 as Alex Goldman off the break, but with 3, 2, 1, not enough time. Don't die in your bunkers, guys. And there they go, pushing past the 50-yard line, but. So Infamous stepping up, taking this victory against the Los Angeles Ironmen, who were only able to put 2 points on the board. And
big confidence builder. Big confidence builder for Infamous there. They needed that.
Yeah, so now the Ironmen are going to have to go and try to win against the Tauntauns in their next matchup. But don't go anywhere, because coming up, we're going to have Tampa Bay Damage taking on San Antonio X Factor. How do you feel about those 2 teams, Rich?
I'm really impressed with X Factor this match. I think Tampa Bay Damage. Douche is off the field, great paintball team on the field, like probably, top 2 or 3 teams in the world. So X Factor got their work cut out of them. The problem with X Factor, I think, for Damage is they're so hard to figure out what they're going to do. You never have any idea what they're going to do.
Yeah, so it looks like we have Lauren Kelly on the sidelines with Nikki Cuba from victorious Los Angeles Infamous.
Hey guys, here with Nikki Cuba from Infamous. You guys just beat Ironmen. Congratulations. Your first win of the weekend. What did you guys talk about last night that made the difference?
We just had to figure it out with the field. We were trying to play faster tempo instead of, slow tempo, which is what the teams have figured out in this format right now on this field. So we just figured out some lanes, figured out personnel in different spots. And, all our snake guys stepped up. Drew Templeton, we pulled him over to the Dorito side. He stepped up. Callie had amazing games. And everyone as a whole, as a team, we brought it together. And, we just played team ball.
Awesome. Anything you guys need to focus on going into this Damage game? They're playing really strong as well.
It's the same thing. We have to play team ball. They play team ball. We practice them. That's our, scrimmage partners. And we're both coming out to beat each other up. But we need the win. We need the win to move on Sunday and to kind of let the chips fall where they may and see what happens.
All right, well, thank you so much. Congratulations. That's all down here, guys.
Thank you.